welcome back to another video. So bear with me as I finish this bike. Woo! 40 miles in the books. And when the kids are going down for a nap, we're gonna dive into the total cost of what it takes to compete in a triathlon. We're gonna divide it up into like mandatory swim, bike, run stuff, some strongly recommended, and then clearly optional pieces. A little bit more about the cost of what it means to invest in a triathlon. Most of these are rather like one-time purchases, mandatory equipment, strongly suggested, and then it's gonna be completely optional here. So for the swim and a triathlon, you really only need goggles and a swimsuit. They are the Speedo Vanquishers, and then my swimsuit is even older. I've had this since high school. So essentially, yes, this is the only mandatory thing you need for a swim. Goggles and a swimsuit, and it'll cost you about 60 bucks, give or take. My best and strongest recommendation that you should probably have: a kickboard, gotta be a hard top. And then we've got all sorts of other accessories here. So I've got some Arena short fins. These are about $65. Great for connecting your stroke, emphasis on finishing your kick. Some hand paddles. I've borrowed these from University of Redlands, so thanks. I ideally for hand paddles like them really big, so that way I get a little bit better of an initial catch and an opportunity to really feel my stroke going through all the way past my hip. And with your hand paddles, totally recommend a pole buoy as well. Great to, again, focus on the upper body part of the stroke. Last but not least, I would say this is the most optional piece. It would be the frontal snorkel. As much as you think you're grabbing the water in a certain area, you could be crossing your midline, you could be, going in and sculling out. So in reality, a frontal snorkel for a beginner or novice triathlete or swimmer is, I would say, strongly encouraged. And make sure it's a frontal snorkel too. These, I don't know, again, how much this has a bunch of mold in it, so that just shows you how long I've had it and not used it there. If you have a pool, that gym membership, whatever it is, I'm fortunate and lucky to have a pool in my neighborhood, so I go swim there. And then I am also joining a gym membership, so then that way I can get some strength training in, as well as have dedicated pool time when I know that the lights are on there. I do have a wetsuit and a swim skin. So in reality, I have not really tried on either of those. You can see the price for swimming is probably one of the cheaper ones. This is when it gets really tricky, talking a little bit about cost, because there's so much variability within the sport of cycling. We'll run through the mandatory items. I ended up grabbing the Specialized Roubaix. Almost all road bikes now, or just bikes in general, have disc brakes. Strongly recommend. It's a Shimano 105 on the front, and then it's just Shimano 105 on the back here. For the cassette, it's roughly 11 there. So the Specialized Roubaix, I got it used, and I got it during COVID. I needed to grab cleats and I needed to grab pedals in order to make sure that the bike was complete. Cleats were roughly, I would say, $100. And then the pedals itself, I just got some Look pedals, easy clip in. Those are roughly, I think, $40 or $50. Strongly suggested and highly encouraged. I would say getting a Wahoo kicker here. Wahoo kicker, you could probably get it used anywhere between $500 to $600. The retail cost, I would say, is close to $1,000 there. A Zwift membership, that runs roughly, I think, $18 a month. Getting a tune-up for the bike is roughly anywhere between $75 to $150, depending on the service that you want to do, or maybe you just do your own service there. Another item that is totally mandatory, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Lacole? We'll go with Lacole. So I've got these cycle shorts. We've got our helmet here. This is just a standard road bike helmet. I think you can get a really good helmet, roughly $120. We'll go into the highly
recommended but not mandatory items next. The XPR, come on, Quintana, we'll leave it hung up here. I do need to wash it. I need to take care of my baby. This bad boy has a Di2 electronic shifting E-tap essentially, 2 on the front, 12 on the back now. I've got electronic shifting in the front, wonderful aero position here, which I just got fitted downtown Austin Tricyclist if you're local. Highly recommend. I improved my bike efficiency almost 2 miles an hour. The XPR, essentially carbon fiber frame, profile design, aero, hydration kit. It's just in the fridge. And then we've got the carbon wheels, deep rim set here. This whole bike itself, I hate to say it, it was over $5,000. Strongly recommended, as especially you are looking into getting a little bit more serious about the sport. So get a frame with carbon fiber, get disc brakes, everything else you can upgrade as you go along. There we go. Some player safety, totally recommended. This helmet was roughly $160 with shipping. I got it on Amazon for a deal there. Yeah. I would say that's it for the bike. Biggest investment right here with getting the TT bike. Get back inside and talk about the run stuff because I am sweating my booty off. Hi. We just need run shoes and shorts. I run in the Saucony Outpace 3-inch shorts. I highly recommend going into a running store, get fitted, your footprint, your stride, your gait, everything is kind of like a snowflake, so it's very unique to you. I run all of my daily runs, my easy runs in the Brooks Hyperion Tempo. We'll go into strongly recommended, as well as just another chance to see again what I'm going to be racing in here in a couple of weeks. I've got a Garmin Heart Rate Monitor Pro Plus heart rate strap. Nathan's handheld insulated water bottle. I have a No Gear, NOX Gear LED vest that I run with. It's beautiful. It comes in plenty of different colors. Last but not least, game day shoes. Saucony Endorphin Speed Pro version 1. These are the carbon-based plated shoes. I strictly use these for big volume, race day specific training sessions. So essentially I'm only gonna be getting 5 or 6 wears out of these per training cycle. I understand and realize that part of the reason why it took me so long to jump into the sport of triathlon was just the sheer amount of financial investment. As you can see the total here, we are roughly almost 1 month out from my first 70.3. I've got a couple more focal points to hit in my training in order to feel completely prepped and ready to go. We're ready to rock and roll. We're ready to get going here. So we will see you in the next video. As always, go make it a great day.